Have you ever witnessed a streamer so explosive, so charismatic, and so unpredictable that you're never quite sure what might happen the next time they go live? That's exactly what Darren, famously known as IShowSpeed, brings to the table for his millions of fans around the globe. He's not just some casual internet personality, he's a digital powerhouse with a subscriber count that could fill entire cities. But behind all the shouting, the meme-worthy moments, and the massive view counts lurks a side of IShowSpeed that many supporters might not want to believe exists. While most creators collect a handful of missteps, Darren has racked up controversies that made headlines and outraged both critics and viewers who once saw him as the next big thing in online entertainment. You might think you know the craziest tales about his bans, his infamous outbursts, or even that one wild restaurant prank, but there's a dark undertone to his story that not everyone has discovered yet, and it might just make you question whether fame truly justifies the chaos left in its wake. So, if you thought you had IShowSpeed all figured out, prepare yourself, because what lies beneath his unstoppable energy may surprise you more than any jump scare ever could. What set him apart almost immediately was a raw intensity that made even the smallest moments feel electrifying. He didn't just play games, he practically lived and breathed them in front of the camera. As subscribers poured in, he discovered a hunger for pushing boundaries and testing how far he could go.
Hey, hold on, wait, all right, but look though, I got a psychological question, okay? Say if we the last two people on Earth and we had to reproduce to make the world continue, would you reproduce with me?
No, because that means our kids will have to intertwine and then their kids. No, I will.
Who's gonna stop me?
I will.
If we the last two people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Gee,
you're not stopping me. If we the last two people on Earth, who gonna stop me?
Yeah. Come on.
Before someone inevitably cracked down. His biggest fans couldn't get enough of the wild unpredictability. But that same passion slowly grew into a pattern of towing the line and sometimes crossing it. From heated exchanges with other streamers to off-the-cuff comments that left viewers confused or offended, it was clear that the explosive content driving his soaring popularity was also creating the perfect storm for controversy. And once those first rumblings of backlash began to surface, it was only a matter of time before Darren's fast-rising career collided head-on with the harsh realities of accountability, leading him to make choices that would haunt him long after the stream ended. Darren's first major collision with public outrage arrived during a heated exchange on Adam Ross's e-dating show, where he met a TikTok star named Ash Cash. Eager to ramp up shock value, he pressed her with an unsettling hypothetical about reproducing if they were the last two people on Earth. When Ash declined, he persisted in a tone so forceful that it bordered on threatening. Twitch responded by issuing a permanent ban for what they termed sexual coercion, catapulting the incident into widespread headlines. Darren tried to apologize, insisting he would reform his behavior. Yet the stain of that ban still lingers. Darren's temper didn't stop with that first viral ban. Not long after, he found himself in hot water again for a heated outburst in Valorant that turned heads across the gaming community. During one of his streams, a teammate criticized him, and instead of brushing it off or responding calmly, he hurled degrading remarks that singled her out for being female. The clip spread like wildfire on social platforms, prompting outrage from players who viewed it as a glaring example of how toxic gaming culture can get. Riot Games swiftly stepped in, banning him from Valorant and underscoring that his behavior was out of line. Although Darren publicly apologized and admitted he'd gone too far, these moments served as yet another reminder that his quick temper was becoming a serious liability. IShowSpeed's penchant for provocative humor escalated when he decided to take his act from the gaming screen to a real-life setting. In one particularly infamous stream, Darren went on a restaurant date, seemingly a casual outing, until he seized the chance to crack what he believed was a clever D's nuts gag on a bewildered waitress. At first, it seemed like a typical edgy prank, but when he circled back to the same uncomfortable question about reproducing if they were the only two people left on Earth.
I'm sorry?
Can I get a pair of D's?
Elaborate.
D's nuts? Yeah?
Nah, I ain't got none.
The one that had already gotten him banned on Twitch, viewers felt a troubling deja vu. This time, the backlash was swift and vocal. Social media lit up with criticisms about how Darren had not only refused to learn from past incidents, but was also harassing people in public. Although he refrained from issuing a formal apology, the online uproar raised important questions about where the line should be drawn for IRL stunts. Regardless of where anyone stood, this restaurant fiasco served as another flashing warning sign that Darren's craving for pushing boundaries was risking more than just his own reputation. He was also putting unsuspecting bystanders into uncomfortable situations, all for the sake of viral content. Darren faced perhaps his most humiliating misstep when a sudden jump scare during a Five Nights at Freddy's session caused him to leap from his seat and accidentally flash his private parts on camera. Though he immediately ended the stream, damaging clips circulated far and wide, leaving Darren scrambling to contain the fallout. Darren's track record of controversial behavior wasn't limited to live interactions or heated verbal spats. A fresh firestorm ignited when smaller content creators accused IShowSpeed of weaponizing copyright claims against them. One vocal critic was the VTuber Kirsch, who alleged that Darren had filed strikes on videos merely featuring short clips of his streams. Such actions, if true, signaled more than just an overreaction. It pointed to a deliberate attempt to silence commentary or criticism. In an era where fair use is constantly debated, the optics of a massive YouTuber targeting relatively unknown channels felt, to many, like bullying. Point. Fellow influencer Ackman even went so far as to label Darren a scammer, driving home the notion that this wasn't just a misunderstanding but a deeper ethical problem. Darren, for his part, offered no official statement, leaving fans to wonder if there was substance behind these accusations, or whether they were just another round of internet drama. This controversy, however, carried a different weight here. It wasn't just about in-the-moment recklessness or an edgy joke gone bad. It was about potentially exploiting legal measures to muzzle critics and control his online narrative. And if that were the case, it exposed a deeper flaw in Darren's approach to stardom, one that could quietly erode the genuine support he had worked so hard to earn. In the end, Darren's story is a stark reminder that raw talent and boundless energy can become both a powerful asset and a ticking time bomb. His explosive rise to fame might have dazzled millions, but it also served up countless cautionary tales, from offensive jokes to run-ins with bans, from impulsive outbursts to unanswered allegations of silencing critics. Whether he embraces accountability or continues dancing on the edge of controversy remains an open question. After all, the internet never forgets, and for each fan willing to overlook his past transgressions in favor of fresh memes or high-octane streams, there's another viewer who sees a pattern of harmful behavior that could tarnish the broader streaming community. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more in-depth dives into the most surprising stories rocking the online world. And remember, sometimes the most captivating personalities are the ones that keep us guessing whether tomorrow will bring redemption or yet another shocking headline.